Hello guys, myself Vijay from BSc Chemistry Honors Second Year and my class roll number is 72. Today I am reading class 12 Chemistry chapter Biomolecules. It is the harmonious and synchronous progress of chemical reaction in body which leads to life. A living system grows, sustains and reproduces itself. The most amazing thing about a system is that it is composed of non-living atoms and molecules. The pursuit of knowledge of what goes on chemically within a living system falls in the domain of biochemistry. Living systems are made up of various complexes, biomolecules like carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acid, lipids, etc. Proteins and carbohydrates are essential constituents of our food. These molecules interact with each other and constitute the molecular logic of life processes. In addition, some simple molecules like vitamins and mineral salts also play an important role in the functions of organisms. Structures and functions of some of these biomolecules are discussed in the unit. So, our first topic is carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are primarily produced by plants and from a very large group of naturally occurring organic compounds. Some common examples of carbohydrates are cane sugar, glucose, starch, etc. Most of them have a general formula CxH2OY and were considered as hydrates of carbon from where the name carbohydrates was derived. For example, the molecular formula of glucose C6H12O6 fits into the general formula C6H2O6, but all the compounds which fit into this formula may not be classified as carbohydrates. For example, acetic acid CH3COOH fits into the general formula C2H2O2, but it is not a carbohydrate. Similarly, Ramo Rehmanno's C6H12O5 is a carbohydrate but does not fit in the definition. A large number of their reactions have shown that they contain specific functional groups. Chemically, the carbohydrates may be defined as optionally active polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones, or the compounds which produce such units on hydrolysis. Some of the carbohydrates which are sweet in taste are also called sugars. The most common sugar used in our homes is named as sucrose, whereas the sugar present in milk is known as lactose. Carbohydrates are also called saccharides. Greek saccharon means sugar. Classification of carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are classified on the basis of their behavior on hydrolysis. They have been broadly divided into following three groups. Monosaccharides, a carbohydrate that cannot be hydrolyzed further to give simpler unit of polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone is called a monosaccharide. About 20 monosaccharides are known to occur in nature. Some common examples are glucose, fructose, ribose, etc. Oligosaccharides, carbohydrates that yield 2 or 10 monosaccharides unit on hydrolysis are called oligosaccharides. They are further classified as disaccharides, trisaccharides, tetrasaccharides, etc. Depending upon the number of monosaccharides they provide on hydrolysis. Among these, the most common are disaccharides. The two monosaccharides unit obtained on hydrolysis of a disaccharide may be same or different. For example, one molecule of sucrose on hydrolysis gives one molecule of glucose and one molecule of fructose, whereas maltose gives two molecules of only glucose. Polysaccharides, carbohydrates which yield a large number of monosaccharides unit on hydrolysis are called polysaccharides. Some common examples are starch, cellulose, glycogen, gums, etc. Polysaccharides are not sweet in taste, hence they are also called non-sugars. The carbohydrates many also be classified as either reducing or non-reducing sugars. All those carbohydrates which reduce Welling's solution and Tollens reagent are referred to as reducing sugars. All monosaccharides, whether aldose or ketos, are reducing sugar. Monosaccharides. Monosaccharides are further classified on the basis of number of carbon atoms and the functional group present in them. If a monosaccharide contains an aldehyde group, it is known as an aldose, and if it contains a keto group, it is known as a ketose. Number of carbon atoms constituting the monosaccharide is also introduced in the name is evident from the example given in table 10.1. Glucose. Glucose occurs freely in nature as well as the combined form. It is present in sweet fruits and honey. Ripe grapes also contain glucose in large amount. It is prepared as follows. Preparation of glucose from sucrose, cane sugar. If glucose is boiled with dilute HCl or H2SO4 in alcoholic solution, glucose and fructose are obtained in equal amounts. From starch. Commercially, glucose obtained by hydrolysis of starch by boiling in it with dilute H2SO4 at 393 Kelvin under pressure. Structure of glucose. Glucose in an aldohexose and is also known as dextrose. It is the monomer of many of large carbohydrates, namely starch, cellulose. It is probably the most abundant organic compounds on earth. It was assigned the structure given below on the basis of the following evidences. Its molecular formula was found to be C6H12O6. On prolonged heating with HI, it forms an hexane, suggesting that all the six carbon atoms are linked with the straight chain. Glucose reacts with hydroxylamine to form an oxime and adds a molecule of hydrogen cyanide to give cyanohydrin. These reactions confirm the presence of carbonyl group in glucose. Glucose gets oxidized to 6 carbon carboxylic acid, gluconic acid on reaction with a mild oxidizing agent like bromine water. This indicates that the carbonyl group is present as an aldehydic group. Aceti- Acetylation of glucose with acetic anhydride gives glucose pentacetate, which confirms the presence of 5 OH groups. Since it exists as a stable compound, 5 OH groups should be attached to different carbon atoms. On oxidation with nitric acid, glucose as well as gluconic acid both yield a dicarboxylic acid, saccharide acid that indicates the presence of a primary alcoholic OH group in glucose. The exact spatial arrangement of the different OH groups was given by Fischer after studying many other properties. Its configuration is correctly represented as 1, so gluconic acid is represented as 2 and saccharide as 3. Glucose is correctly named as D positive glucose. D before the name of glucose represent the configuration, whereas plus represent the dextrosatory nature of the molecule. It should be remembered that D and L have no relation with the optical activity of the compound. They are also not related to letter D and I. The meaning of D and L notations is as follows. The letter D or L before the name of any compound indicates the relative configuration of a particular stereoisomer of the compound with respect to configuration of some other compound, configuration of which is known. It is in the case of carbohydrates, this refers to their relation with a particular isomer of glyceraldehyde. Glyceraldehyde contains one asymmetric carbon atoms and exists in two enantiomeric forms as shown below. below. Plus isomer of glyceraldehyde has D configuration. It means that when its structural formula is written on paper following specific conventions, which you will study in higher classes, the OH group lies on right hand sides in the structure. All those compounds which can be chemically correlated to D positive isomer of glyceraldehyde are said to have D configuration, whereas those which can be correlated to L isomer of glyceraldehyde are said to have L configuration. In L isomer, OH group is on left hand side as you can see in the structure. For assigning the configuration of monosaccharides, it is the lowest asymmetric carbon atom, which is compared as in positive glucose OH on the lowest asymmetric carbon is on the right side, which is comparable to plus glyceraldehyde. So plus glucose is assigned D configuration. Other asymmetric carbon atoms of glucose are not considered for this comparison. Also, the structure of glucose and glyceraldehyde is written in the way the most oxidized carbon is at the top. Cyclic structure of glucose. The structure 1 of glucose explains most of its properties, but the following reaction and facts could be explained by the structure. Despite having the aldehyde group, glucose does not have Schiff's test and it does not form the hydrogen sulfide addition product with NaHSO3. The pentaacetate of glucose does not react with hydroxylamine, indicating the absence of free CHO group. Glucose is found to exist in two different crystalline forms which are named as alpha and beta. The alpha form of glucose is obtained by crystallization of concentrated solution of glucose at 303 Kelvin, while the beta form is obtained by crystallization from hot and saturated aqueous solution at 371 Kelvin. This behavior could not be explained by the open chain structure. For glucose, it was proposed that one of the OH groups may add to the CHO group and form a cyclic hemiacetal structure. It was found that glucose forms a six-membered ring in which OH at C5 is involved in ring formation. Would this explains the absence of CH group and also existence of glucose in two forms as shown below. These two cyclic forms exist in equilibrium which open chain structure. The two cyclic hemiacetal forms of glucose differ only in the configuration of hydroxyl group at C1 called anomeric carbon. Such isomer, that is alpha form and beta form, are called anomers. The six-membered cyclic structure of glucose is called pyranose structure. In analogy with pyran, pyran is a cyclic organic compound with one oxygen atom and five carbon atoms in the ring. The cyclic structure of glucose is more correctly represented by Haworth structure as shown given below. Our next topic is fructose. Fructose is an important ketohexose. It is obtained along with glucose by the hydrolysis of disaccharide sucrose. It is a natural monosaccharide found in fruits, honey, and vegetables. It is pure form. It is used as a sweetener. It is also an important ketohexose. Structure of fructose. Fructose also has a molecule formula C6H12O6 and on the basis of its reaction, it was found to contain a ketonic functional group at carbon number 2 and 6 carbons in straight chain. As in the case of glucose, it belongs to D series and is a levotatory compound. It is appropriately written as D minus fructose. Its open chain structure is as shown. It also exists in two cyclic form which are obtained D minus fructose by the addition of OH and C5 to the group. The ring thus formed is a five-membered ring and is named as furanose with analogy to the compound furan. Furan is a five-membered cyclic compound with one oxygen and four carbon atoms. The cyclic structure of two anomers of fructose are represented by Haber structure as given below. So our next topic is disaccharide. You have already read the disaccharide on hydrolysis with dilute acid or enzymes. Yield two molecules of either the same or different monosaccharides. The two monosaccharides are joined together by an oxidized linkage formed by the loss of a water molecule. Such a linkage between two monosaccharides unit through oxygen atom is called glyco glycosidic linkage. The disaccharides, if the reducing group of monosaccharide, that is aldehydic or ketonic group, are bonded, these are non-reducing sugars. For example, sucrose. On the other hand, sugars in which these functional groups are free are called reducing sugar. For the example, maltose and lactose. Sucrose. One of the common disaccharide is sucrose, which on hydrolysis given equimolar mixture of D positive glucose and D minus fructose. These two monosaccharides are held together by a glycosidic linkage between C1 and alpha D glucose and C2 and beta D fructose. Since the reducing groups of the glucose and fructose are involved in glycosidic bond formation, sucrose is a non-reducing sugar. Sucrose is dextrorotatory, but after hydrolysis gives dextrorotatory glucose and levorotatory fructose. Since the levorotation of fructose is more than dextrorotation of glucose, the mixture is levorotatory. Thus, hydrolysis of sucrose brings about a change in the sign of rotation from dextro to levo, and the product is named as invert sugar maltose. Another disaccharide, maltose, is composed of two alpha D glucose units in which C1 of one glucose is linked to C4 of another glucose unit. The free aldehyde group can be produced as C1 of second glucose in solution, and it shows reducing properties, so it is a reducing sugar. Lactose. It is more commonly known as milk sugar since this disaccharide is found in milk. It is composed of beta D galactose and beta D glucose. The linkage is between C1 and galactose and C4 of glucose. Free aldehyde group may be produced at C1 of glucose unit, hence it is also a reducing sugar. Our next topic is polysaccharides. Polysaccharides contain a large number of monosaccharide units joined together by glycosidic linkage. These are the most commonly encountered carbohydrates in nature. They mainly act as the food storage of structural materials. Starch. Starch is the main storage of polysaccharide of plants. It is the most important dietary source of human beings. High content of starch is found in cereals, roots, tubers, and some vegetables. It is a polymer of alpha glucose and consists of two components, amylose and amylopectin. Amylose is a water soluble component which constitute about 15 to 20% of starch. Chemically, amylose is a long unbranched chain with 200 to 1000 alpha D plus glucose units held together by C1 to C4 glycosidic linkage. Amylopectin is insoluble in water and constitute about 80 to 85% of starch. It is a branched chain polymer of alpha D glucose units in which chain is formed by C1 to C for glycosidic linkage, whereas branching occurs by C1 to C6 glycosidic linkage. Cellulose. Cellulose occurs exclusively in plants and it is the most abundant organic substance in plant kingdom. It is the predominant constituent of cell wall of plant cells. Cellulose is a straight chain polysaccharide composed only of beta D glucose unit which are joined by glycosidic linkage between C1 of one glucose unit and C4 of the next glucose unit. Glycogen. The carbohydrates are stored in animal bodies as glycogen. It is almost unknown as animal starch because its structure is similar to amylopectin and is rather more highly branched. It is present in liver, muscles, and brain. When the body needs glucose, enzymes breaks the glycogen down to glucose. Glycogen is also found in yeast and fungi. Our next topic is importance of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are essential for life in both plants and animals. They form a major portion of our food. Honey has been used for a long time as an instant source of energy by Veds in Ayurvedic system of medicine. Carbohydrates are used as storage molecules as starch in plants and glycogen in animals. Cell wall of bacteria and plants is made up of cellulose. We build furniture, etc. from cellulose in the form of wood and clothes ourselves with cellulose in the form of cotton fiber. They provide raw materials for many important industries like textiles, paper, lacquers, and breweries. Two aldopentose D-ribose and 2-deoxy-D-ribose are present in nucleic acid. Carbohydrates are found in biosystem in combination with many proteins and lipids. Our next topic is proteins. Proteins are the most abundant biomolecules of living systems. Chief sources of proteins are milk, cheese, pulses, peanuts, fish, meat, etc. They occur in every part of body and form a fundamental basis of structure and functions of life. They are also required for growth and maintenance of body. The word protein is derived from Greek word prote- proteus, which means primary or the prime importance. All proteins are polymer of alpha amino acids. Amino acids contain amino, NH2, and carboxyl COOH functional groups, depending upon the relative position of amino group with respect to carboxyl group. The amino acid can be classified as alpha, beta, gamma, and so on. Only alpha amino acids are obtained on hydrolysis of proteins. They may contain the functional groups also. All alpha amino acids have trivial names which usually reflect the property of the compound or its source. Glycine is so named since it has sweet taste, and tyrosine was first obtained from cheese. Amino acids are generally represented by the three letters symbol. Sometimes one letter symbol is also used. Structures of some commonly occurring amino acids also with their three letter and one letter symbols are given in table. Classification of amino acids. Amino acids are classified as acidic, basic, and neutral depending upon the relative number of amino and carboxyl groups in their molecule. Equal number of amino and carboxyl group makes its neutral. More number of amino than carboxyl groups make its basic, and more carboxyl group as compared to amino groups make it acidic. The amino acid which can be synthesized in the body are known as non-essential amino acid. On the other hand, those which cannot be synthesized in the body and must be obtained through diet are known as essential amino acid. Amino acids are usually colorless crystalline solids. These are water-soluble, high-melting solids and behave like salts rather than simple amines or carboxylic acid. This behavior is due to the presence of both acidic and basic groups in the same molecule. In aqueous solution, the carboxyl group can lose a proton and amino acid can accept a proton, giving rise to a dipolar ion known as Zwitter ion. This is neutral but contains both positive and negative charges. In Zwitter ionic form, amino acids show amphoteric behavior as they react both with acid and bases. Except glycine, all the other natural occurring alpha amino acids are optically active since the alpha carbon atom is asymmetric. These exist both in D and L forms. Most naturally occurring amino acids have L configuration. L amino acids are represented by writing the NH2 group on left hand side. Structure of proteins. You have already read the proteins are the polymers of alpha amino acid and they are connected to each other by peptide bond and peptide linkage. Chemically, peptide linkage is an amide formed between COOH group and NH2 group. The reaction between two molecules of similar or different amino acid proceed through the combination of amino groups of one molecule with the carboxyl group of the other. This results in the elimination of a water molecule and formation of a peptide bond CONH. The product of the reaction is called a dipeptide because it is made up of two amino acids. For example, when carboxyl group of glycine combines with the amino group of alanine, we get a dipeptide glycylalanine. If a third amino acid combines to the dipeptide, the product is called tripeptide. A tripeptide contains three amino acid linkages by two peptide linkages. Similarly, when 4, 5 or 6 amino acids are linked, the respective products are known as tetrapeptide, pentapeptide and hexapeptide respectively. When the number of such amino acids is more than 10, when the products are called polypeptides, a polypeptide with more than 100 amino acid residues having molecular mass higher than 1000 U is called a protein. However, the distinction between the polypeptide and a protein is not very sharp. Polypeptides with fewer amino acids are likely to be called proteins if they or originally have a well-defined conformation of a protein such as insulin which contains 51 amino acids. Proteins can be classified into two types of the basis of their molecular shape. Fibrous proteins. When the polypeptide chains run parallel and are held together by hydrogen and disulfide bonds, then fiber-like structure is formed. Such proteins are generally insoluble in water. Some commonly example are keratin and myosin, etc. Globular proteins. This structure results when the chain is polypeptides coil around to give a spherical shape. These are usually soluble in water. Insulin and albumins are the common example of globular proteins. Structure and shape of proteins can be studied at four different levels. That is primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. Each level being more complex than the previous one. Primary structure of proteins. Proteins may have one or more polypeptide chains. Each polypeptide in this protein has amino acid linked with each other in a specific sequence, and it is this sequence of amino acid that is said to be the primary structure of the protein. Any change in the primary structure, that is the sequence of amino acids, creates a different protein. Secondary structure of proteins. The secondary structure of proteins refer to the shape in which a long polypeptide chain can exist. They are found to exist in two different types of structure: alpha helix and beta plated sheet structure. These structures arise due to the regular folding of backbone of the polypeptide chain due to the hydrogen bonding between an NH group of peptide bond. Alpha helix is one of the most common ways in which a polypeptide chain forms all possible hydrogen bonds by twisting into a ring right-handed screw helix with the NH group of each amino acid residue hydrogen bonded to the ether of an adjacent turn of the helix as shown in figure. In beta-plated sheet structure, all peptide chains are stretched out to nearly maximum extension and then laid side by side, which are held together by intramolecular hydrogen bonds. The structure resembles the plated folds of drapery and therefore is known as the plated sheet. Tertiary structure of proteins. The tertiary structure of proteins represented overall folding of the polypeptide chain, that is further folding of the secondary structure. It gives rise to two major molecular shape: fibrous and globular. The main forces which stabilize the 2-degree and 3-degree structure of proteins are hydrogen bonds, disulfide linkage, van der Waals, and electrostatic forces of attraction. Quaternary structure of proteins. Some of the proteins are composed of two or more polypeptide chain referred to as subunits. The spatial arrangement of these subunits with respect to each other is known as quaternary structure. A diagrammatic representation of these four structures is given in figure 10.3, where each colored core represents an amino acid. Denaturation of proteins. Proteins found in a biological system with a unique three-dimensional structure and biological activity is called a native protein. When a protein in its native form is subjected to physical change like change in temperature or chemical change like change in pH, the hydrogen bonds are disturbed due to the globules unfold and helix get uncoiled and protein loses its biological activity. This is called denaturation of protein. During denaturation, secondary and tertiary structure are destroyed, but primary structure remains intact. The coagulation of egg white on boiling is an common example of denaturation. Another example of curdling of milk, which is caused due to the formation of lactic acid by the bacteria present in milk. Our next topic is enzymes. Life is a possible due to the coordination of various chemical reactions in living organisms. An example is the digestion of food, absorption of appropriate molecules, and ultimately production of energy. This process involves the sequence of reaction, and all these reactions occur in the body under very mild conditions. This occurs with a help of certain biocatalysts called enzymes. Almost all the enzymes are globular proteins. Enzymes are very specific for a particular reaction and for a particular substrate. They are generally named after the compound or class of compounds upon which they work. For example, the enzymes that catalyzes hydrolysis of maltose into glucose is named is as maltose. Maltase. Sometimes enzymes are also named after the reaction where they are used. For example, the enzyme which catalyzes the oxidation of the substrate with a simultaneous reduction of another substrate are named as oxidoreductase enzymes. The ending of the name of an enzyme is ase. Our next topic is mechanism of enzymes action. Enzymes are needed only in small quantities for the progress of reaction. Similar to, to the action of chemical catalysts, enzymes are said to reduce the magnitude of activation of energy. For example, activation of energy. For example, activation of energy for acid hydrolysis of sucrose is 6.22 kilojoule mole inverse, while the activation energy is only 2.15 kilojoule mole inverse when hydrolyzed by the enzyme. Sucrase mechanism of the enzyme action has been discussed. Our next topic is vitamins. It, it has been observed that certain organic compounds are required in small amounts in our diet, but their deficiency causes specific diseases. These compounds are called vitamins. Most of the vitamins cannot be synthesized in our body, but plants can synthesize almost all of them. So they are considered as essential food factors. However, the bacteria of the gut can produce some of the vitamins required by us. All the vitamins are generally available in our diet. Different vitamins belong to various chemical classes, and it is difficult to define them on the basis of structure. They are generally regarded as organic compounds required in the diet with small amount of perform specific biological function for normal maintenance of optimum growth and health of the organism. Vitamins are designed by alphabets A, B, C, D, etc. Some of them are further named as subgroups. For example, B1, B2, B6, B12, etc. Excess of vitamins is also harmful for and vitamin pills should not be taken without an advice of doctor. The term vitamin was coined from the word vital plus amines. The earlier identified compound has amino groups. Later work should the most of them not contain amino groups. So the letter E was dropped and the term vitamin is used these days. Classification of vitamins. Vitamins are classified into two groups depending upon their solubility in water or fat. Fat soluble vitamins. Vitamins which are soluble in fat and oils but insoluble in water are kept in the group. These are vitamin A, D, E, and K. They are stored in liver and adipose tissues. Water soluble vitamins. B group vitamins are vitamins C are soluble in water, so they are grouped together. Water soluble vitamins must be supplied regularly in diet because they are readily excreted in urine and cannot be stored, except vitamin B12 in our body. Some important vitamin K sources and disease caused by their deficiency are listed in table 10.3. Our next topic is duplication. Every generation of each and every species resembles its ancestors in many ways. How are these characteristics transmitted from one generation to the next? It has been observed the nucleus of a living cell is responsible for the transmission of inherent characters, also called heredity. The particles in nucleus of the cell responsible for heredity are called chromosomes, which are made up of proteins and another type of biomolecules called nucleic acid. These are mainly of two types and deoxyribonucleic acid DNA and ribonucleic acid RNA. Since nucleic acids are long chain polymers of nucleotides, so they are also called polynucleotides. Chemical composition of nucleic acid. Complete hydrolysis of DNA or RNA yields a pentose sugar, phosphoric acid, and nitrogen containing heterocyclic compounds called bases in DNA molecules. In sugar moiety of beta D2 deoxyribose, whereas in RNA molecules it is BD beta D ribose. DNA contains four bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. RNA also contains four bases. The first three bases are same as in DNA, but the fourth one is uracil. Structure of nucleic acid. A unit formed by the attachment of base to first position of sugar is known as nucleoside. In nucleosides, the sugar carbons are numbered as 1, 2, 3, etc. In order to distinguish these from the bases, when nucleosides is linked to phosphoric acid at 5 position to sugar moiety, we got nucleotide. Nucleotides are joined together by phosphodiester linkage between fifth and third carbon atoms for the of the pentose sugar. The formation of typical dinucleotide is shown in figure 10.6. A simplified version of nucleic acid chain is shown below. Information regarding the sequence of nucleotides in the chain of nucleic acid is called the primary structure. Nucleic acids have a secondary structure also. James Watson and Francis Crick gave a double stranded helix structure of DNA. Two nucleic acid chains are wound about each other and held together by hydrogen bonds between pairs of bases. The strands are complementary to each other because the hydrogen bonds are formed between specific pairs of bases. Adenine forms a hydrogen bonds with thymine, whereas cytosine forms hydrogen bonds with guanine. In secondary structure of RNA, single stranded helix is present, which sometimes folds back on itself. RNA molecules are of three types and these they perform different functions. They are named as messenger RNA mRNA, ribosomal RNA RNA, and transfer RNA tRNA. Biological functions of nucleic acids. DNA is the chemical basis of heredity and may be regarded as the reserve of genetic information. DNA is exclusively responsible for maintaining the identity of different species of organisms over millions of years. A DNA molecule is capable of self-replication during cell division and identical DNA strands of transferred to daughter cell. Another important functions of nucleic acids is the protein synthesis in the cell. Actually, the proteins are synthesized by various RNA molecules in the cell, but the message for the synthesis of the particular protein is present in DNA. So our next topic is hormones. Hormones are molecules that act as intracellular messengers. These are produced by endocrine glands in the body and are poured directly in the blood stream, which transports them to the site of action.
In terms of chemical nature, some of these are steroids, for example, estrogen and androgens. Some are polypeptides, for example, insulin and endorphins, and some other are amino acid derivatives such as epinephrine and norepinephrine. Hormones have the several functions in the body. They help the maintain the balance of biological activity in the body. The role of insulin is keeping the blood glucose level within the narrow limits of an example of its function. Insulin is released in response to the rapid rise in blood glucose level. On the other hand, hormones glucagon tends to increase the glucose level in the blood. The two hormones together regulate the glucose level in the blood. Epinephrine and norepinephrine mediate responses to external stimuli. Growth hormones or sex hormones play a role in the growth and development. Thyroxine produces the thyroid gland in the iodinated derivative of amino acids tyrosine. Abnormally low level of thyroxine leads to hypothyroidism, which is characterized by lethargy of obesity. Increased level of thyroxine caused hypothyroidism. Low level of iodine in the diet may lead to the hypothyroidism and enlargement of the thyroid gland. These conditions largely belong controlled by adding sodium iodide to commercial table salt and iodized salt. Steroid hormones are produced by adrenal cortex and gonads. Hormones released by the adrenal cortex play very important role in the functions of the body. For example, glycocorticoids control the carbohydrates metabolism molecule, modulate inflammatory reaction, and the involved in reactions to stress. The mineralocorticoids control the level of excretion of water and salts by the kidney. If adrenal cortex does not function properly, then one of the results may be addition Addison's disease characterized by hypoglycemia, weakness, and increased susceptibility to stress. The disease is fatal unless it is treated by glucocorticoids and mineralocorticoids. Hormones released by gonads are responsible for development of secondary sex characters. Testosterone is the major sex hormone produced in males. It is responsible for development of secondary male characteristics. And estradiol, the main female sex hormone, is responsible for development of secondary female characteristics and participates in the control of menstrual cycle. Progesterone is the responsible for preparing the uterus for inflammation of fertilized. So thank you for watching. Our reading is complete. So take care. Bye.